Okay.
Okay, so this is an observation, an on-the-spot observation, just on the work that Reuben's doing. Reuben, say hello.
Hello, Reuben.
Carey.
Reuben Carey.
Right, okay, so just talk us through what you're doing at the moment. What programme were we on first?
We're on After Effects. Recently had to edit a little video of a launch event for London Midlands, and it was suggested that at the start you could have something which very briefly described it. So like 3 titles, 12 weeks, 10 companies, one great opportunity, something like that. And as it's relatively quick to do it, I just thought use After Effects to slide in the different titles. I've only done the first one so far, but it will say 12 weeks, and then it will say 10 startups sliding in, and then the final thing.
So talk us through how you do that and what's needed to be done and those kind of things.
For kinetic typography, it's all about movement of text in exciting and engaging ways. So probably like one of the best ways of like making it look good, developing skills in it, is learning how to use keyframes well. Keyframes just indicate a change in the bit of animation. So with this here, you can see these keyframes down here. This is position, and this indicates that the position is here. If I add a keyframe here, this means that over this duration of time, the text will move to that position, which is all pretty basic and self-explanatory. It's when you start actually adding control to the keyframes, so control of its speed, and in particular the curves in the graph like this. This is just indicating the speed. So the steeper the line, if it's gradual at the beginning, it's going to be a gradual increase in speed, and then if it's longer towards the end, it's going to decrease slowly. So for example here, if I wanted to decrease more slowly, first of all I can adjust this, which will bring out the curve at the bottom, and then if I drag it further along, it will increase the time that it takes to actually arrive at that point. And it's that kind of change in motion that makes kinetic typography more engaging than just having something appear.
Looks a bit smoother, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Kind of things. How do you get the... Did you do anything in Photoshop to bring them in, or did you write it all in After Effects?
I did it all in After Effects.
Okay, so there's nothing to... So to start a composition like this, what sort of things do you need to make sure that you've got right?
What do you need to have right, or what do you need to do?
Yeah, so if you're going to start a new composition...
Yeah, I mean, we can do that now, actually. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. I'll just save this very quickly.
Yeah.
1 second. New composition, you'll have this panel which comes up, which is composition settings. The importance of getting this right is so it matches correctly with the settings in Premiere, which is most likely where you're going to be taking it in, unless you're actually exporting it as its own After Effects project.
Yeah.
So match it up, so make sure dimensions are the same,
Yeah.
Frame rate is the same,
Yeah.
Resolution is similar, but the resolution with animation is very high anyway.
Well, it can be very low.
Yeah. The reason it's actually at a quarter now is because my computer's so slow, I have to view it back.
Yeah, I understand that.
And yeah, square pixels, which is what my Premiere is set up to as well.
Yeah.
And then from there, you just start building it. Build the background, building the text, building the animation.
Go back to the last composition for us.
Yeah.
If you were going to export that out into Premiere, how would you do that?
So, go up here. Before you export it, check the times, check the length of it. It's always good to leave a little bit of
black at the end.
Black at the end and the start if you're fading it in, so leave a bit of space. And make sure this is highlighting the work area that you want to actually export to. And then export it, add to render queue. It helps if you set one of the output settings to RGB and alpha. That just means there'll be a transparent background behind it all, which you may or may not need.
For text and things like that, if you're just editing the text, it's very useful because it means you can float the text in front of
Yeah, exactly. With footage and stuff.
Yep,
hit OK. To be honest, I don't really mess around with these too much. It's best quality, 1920, which is the same as my Premiere set.
As long as you've set your composition right, you should.
Yeah, exactly. And then just find a good place to export it to, which is clear and easy to navigate to if you ever have to go back to it, and then render it out.
Cool. That's it.
Yeah.
Thank you.